Hi everyone, jumping into some fluency then. So find all the multiples of 10. Great, hopefully you should have done that by now and you should have remembered that our multiples of 10 end with a 0. So they have 0 ones, and when you count in your tens, they are all your multiples of 10. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Remember, these are not our only multiples of 10. They continue past 100, but just looking at our 100 square, of course, we only go up to 100. So next job then. The multiple of 10 that comes after, and I'm going to point to a number, and I'm going to say the multiple of 10 that comes after 47 is, well, hopefully you've said 50. Well done if you did. What is the multiple of 10 that comes after 25? Well done if you said 30. What is the multiple of 10 that comes after 73? Well done if you said 80. Remember, if you need a bit more practice at this, feel free to keep the video paused here, and maybe you could close your eyes, point to a random number on the 100 square, and then try to identify the multiple of 10 that comes after it. Remember, if we want to know the multiple of 10 that comes after 46, for example, I know that 46 has got 4 tens, so the next multiple of 10 will have 5 tens. Great. Let's have a look at our next challenge then. So if I keep one of my numbers highlighted, so this time let's say 16. What multiple of 10 comes after 16? Well done if you said 20. Now my next question is, what do I need to add to 16 to get to 20? Well, I can see that I need to add 1, 2, 3, 4. So 16 add 4 is equal to 20. Let's have another go. What do I need to add to 67 to get to our next multiple of 10? So first of all, what is the multiple of 10 that comes after 67? And what do I need to add to 67 to get there? Well done if you said I need to add 1, 2, 3. So 67 add 3 takes me to my next multiple of 10. What about 32? What multiple of 10 comes after 32? And how many do I need to add to it to get there? Well done if you said I need to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fantastic. So my question now is, do you notice anything? Is there anything that you already know that could help you with this? So let's say 16 and can't remember 57. Did we do or 67? Sorry. So here we go. We've got these 3 numbers that we just looked at. What do we already know? Maybe instead of counting on, is there a more efficient way that we could work out what we need to add to it using the knowledge that we already have? Well, hopefully some of you will have noticed that number 16 has got 6 ones. And I know that 6 add 4 make a whole 10. So if I'm going to get to my next whole 10, then I'm using my number bonds to 10 here, 6 and 4 more to complete this 10. Hopefully you noticed that 67 has 7 ones, and to get to my next multiple of 10, I needed to add 3. And that's because 7 and 3 bond to make 10. So 67 add 3 will bond to make that next whole 10, which is 70. And same here, 32 has 2 ones. So what do I need to bond to 2 to get to my next whole 10? Well, 2 and 8 bond to make 10. So 32 add 8 will bond to complete this 10. So final thing that we're going to do is have a look at a new number. So if I highlight 83, maybe we can look at the ones in this number. So instead of saying, what do I need to add to 83 to get to my next multiple of 10, which is 90, instead of counting on like this, we can be more efficient and we can say, well, 83 has got 3 ones, and I know that 3 add 7 bond to make 10. So I know that 83 add 7 equals the next 10. What about if I say 25? So what's the next multiple of 10 after 25? Well, we can see that it is 30. But instead of counting on now to work out how many are away is from 30, we can look at the ones and say, well, I know that 25 has got 5 ones, and if I need to, what do I need to bond with this 5 to get to the next whole 10? Well, I know that 5 and 5 is 10, so 25 plus 5 will get me to 30. Lovely. So carry on with our unit on time then. So what type of clock is this? What do we call it? We call this an, well done if you said analog clock. So analog, remember, it's the opposite to digital. That's what we call these clocks that are round with numbers going around them, and the hands that move clockwise around to show us the 2 measurements of time. Now the big hand tells us what does this big hand show us? Which measurement of time? Well done if you said the big hand tells us the minutes. So the big hand tells us the minutes, the small hand tells us the hours. Well done. So now let's finish these sentences. When the big hand points straight up over the 12, what time do we say it is? We say it is o'clock. Well done if you said o'clock. So what we need to do to work out which o'clock it is we need to look at the hour. So at the moment, the hour hand is pointing at the 3. So we say it is 3 o'clock. Well done. What time is it now? Well done if you said 7 o'clock. What time is it now? Well done if you said 11 o'clock. Fantastic. So what about when my big hand moves halfway round to the other side and it points straight down over that 6? What time do we say it is when that big hand points straight down over the 6? Well, we say that it is past. Well done if you said that. So past. Now what we need to do is we need to look at this small hand, and we can see, if we extend the small hand, that it's pointing halfway between 11 and 12. And that's because it was 11 o'clock and this blue hand is moving, and when it gets back round here, that red hand will have moved all the way to 12 to show 12 o'clock. But at the moment, our blue hand is halfway on that journey from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So we say that it is half past. Now we have to look at which one it has just gone past. Well, we can see it has just gone past. Bear in mind, it goes clockwise past 11. So we say half past 11. What time is it now? Well done if you said 2:30, because it's halfway between the 2 and 3. It's gone past 2. What time is it now? Well done if you said 6:30. Super. So we can split our clock in half, and you've seen that with our o'clock and our half past marks. Down that line, we can split our clock in half. Remember, half means 2 equal parts. So when the minute hand, that big blue hand, is pointing to a number on the yellow side, this side here on the right, it's currently closest to the hour that has just been, so the O clock. So because it's closer to the hour that it has just gone past, we say minutes past, okay? So when the hand is closer to the green side, we say that's minutes to, because it's now going to the next hour and it's closer to the next hour. So when the blue hand points to a number on this side, we say minutes past. But when that blue hand goes past this 6 and it now starts to go onto that green side, we say minutes to the next hour, because it's now getting closer to the next o'clock. So now we split our clock in half, we can also split the clock into 4 parts. Now have a think back to last week when we learned about fractions. What do we call it when we split something into 4 parts? Well done if you remembered that 4 parts is what we call quarters. Super. So you can see now that when our blue hand moves from here to here, it has moved 1/4. And when it has moved from there to there, it has moved 2/4, which we know is equivalent to half. So here, as there to there is another quarter, and there to there is another quarter. So you can see now that we've split our clock into quarters. So what happens now is we can see that this 3 mark here and this 9 mark, they represent quarter of the way around the clock. So when our big blue hand points directly to the right over that 3, we call that time quarter past. Well done. Quarter past. Fantastic. So the big blue hand is pointing at 3, so we say quarter past, and then we need to look at the small hour hand to see which number it has just gone past. So we can see that this has just gone past 1. So we say the time is quarter past 1. Let's have a look at a different time then. So I can see that the big blue hand is pointing over the 3, so we say quarter past, and then we need to look here. Which hour is it going past? Bearing in mind we move clockwise, it has gone past the 4, so we say quarter past 4. Let's move it again. What time is it now? Well done if you said that it is quarter past, because the big blue hand is pointing over the 3 and it has gone past 11. Quarter past 11. One more. What time is it now? Well done if you said quarter past 3, because our hour hand has now gone past the 3. So remember, when the minute hand is on, if I draw this line here, is on this side, we say it's minutes past the hour. As soon as that minute hand goes onto this side, we start to count how far away it is from the next hour. So we say that is minutes to the next hour. So here, when the big blue hand points directly to the left and it's over that 9, we say it is a quarter, because this space here is a quarter. It's a quarter to, and then we look at the hour hand to see which hour it is going to. So if we have a look at our red hour hand, we can see that if it carried on moving forward, like it would do if our blue hand got to the next o'clock, it would be going to 2. So we say quarter to, and I can see it's going to 2. Quarter to 2. Let's have a look at a different one then. What time would we call this? Well, the big blue hand is pointing at the 9, so this shows us it is quarter to. Now let's look at the red hand. Where is it going to? It's going to the 5. So quarter to 5. Let's have a look at another time. What time is this? Well done if you said quarter to 7, because the big blue hand is pointing at the 9. That's showing us it is a quarter away from the next o'clock. So we say it is quarter to 7. Let's do one final one. What time is this? Well done if you said quarter to 11. That's because it's pointing at the 9, which shows it's quarter to, and the big red hand is going to 11. So quarter to 11. Okay, now it's time to match the clocks. Why don't you have a go at pausing the video, having a go yourself, and then we will go through it together. Great, well done. Hopefully you've had some time to have a go at that. Let's go through them. So the big blue hand is pointing to the right. So when it's on that right hand side, it is minutes past. So this is a quarter past. Now I need to look at the red hand. Which hour has it just gone past? Because I can see it's quarter past. It has gone past 12. So quarter past 12 would be this one. Now this one, the big blue hand is pointing to the left, straight over that 9. So it is a quarter to. Now where is my red hand going to? It's going to 10. So it's quarter to 10. So I can see it's this one. Now this big blue hand is pointing to the 3. It is a quarter past. It's on that minutes past side. So quarter past. Where has it gone past? It has gone past the 10. So quarter past 10. And then this one, the blue hand is pointing to the minutes to side. So we say it's quarter to. And where is it going to? Our hour hand is going to 7. So quarter to 7. Well done if you got that right.
Okay, moving on then. Well done to anyone who has spotted that my background has in fact changed. I have had to record this video in 2 parts. So let's keep going then. On the side, we've got some clocks, and these clocks are showing us some different times. But what we need to do is write down what time is being shown. So I can see that this big blue minute hand is pointing directly to the right over the 3, and that means that it is a quarter of the way past the hour. So it is a quarter past. And which hour has it gone past? It's gone past the 9. So we would say that it is quarter past 9. Super duper. Let's have a look at that next one then. So the next one has the big blue minute hand pointing directly to the left, straight over that 9. And we can see that it is a quarter away from the next o'clock. So it is a quarter to. Which hour is our red hand going to? It's going to 12. So it is quarter to 12. Quarter to 12. Why don't you pause the video and have a go at working out the last 2 by yourself? Great, well done if you've had some time to do that. Let's have a look. So on this clock here, we can see that the big hand is pointing directly to the right over that 3. So we can see that it is on the past side. So it is a quarter past. And which hour has it gone past? It's gone past 2. So we would say that it is quarter past 2. Oopsie daisy. And the next one, we can see that the minute hand is pointing directly to the left over the 9. And we can see that it is only a quarter of the clock away from that next o'clock. So it's on the minutes 2 side. So we say it's a quarter to. And which hour is it going to? Well, we can see that it's on its way to 3. So we can see quarter to 3. Keep doing that. Quarter to 3. Well done if you got those right. Okay, this time it's a little bit different. We've got some times written next to the clock, but we have to draw the hands on the clock to show these times. So quarter past 7. So remember, all of these say quarter past or quarter to. And just think, when we split our clock into quarters, so when we go down, we're splitting it in half, and then we're splitting it in half again. We're going over the 3 and the 9. So that's where our minute hands are going to be for the quarter past or the quarter to. So let's have a look. We've got the minute hand, that's the big hand. So the big hand is at quarter past. So quarter past means that it's pointing to the right over the 3. There you go. So quarter past, there we go. And what has it gone past? It's past the 7. So now our small hand will be past the 7. So it's pointing just a little bit past the 7. Our next one then, quarter to. So quarter to means that our big minute hand is pointing over the 9. So I'm gonna show that it is quarter to, and it's going to the 5. So that means it's not at 5 yet. Our hand is going to the 5. So it should just be a little bit before that 5. Right, how about pausing the video and seeing if you can either point to where you think the hands are going to go, explain it to somebody who's in the room, or maybe you can draw it on a sheet of paper. Okay, great. Hopefully you've had some time to do that. Let's go through the answers. So we can see here it is quarter to. So that phrase, quarter to, tells us that the minute hand is pointing to the 9. Fantastic. Because at this point, it is a quarter of the way to the next hour. So where is our hour hand going to go then? Well, it's going to the 3. That means it's not there yet, it's going to it. So it's going to point a little bit before the 3. Great, let's have a look at the next one. Well, that phrase quarter past tells us that the minute hand is pointing a quarter of the way past 3. A quarter of the way past the hour, which means that it's pointing at that 3. Great, so now let's look at the hour hand. It is going past 11. So we need to point our hour hand a little bit past 11. Great, well done if you got those right. And the last thing before I introduce you to your individual task, true or false. So this clock, somebody thinks this clock is showing a quarter past 8. Why don't you have a go at pausing the video and seeing if you can work out whether this is true or false and explain your reasoning as to why. Lovely, hopefully you've had some time to do that. If not, just keep the video paused a little bit longer. If you're ready, let's go through some of my ideas. So quarter past 8. Well, we know that this phrase here, quarter past, means that our minute hand should be a quarter of the way past the hour. So here it's on the hour. By moving to here, it has gone a quarter of the way round the clock, so it should be pointing over the 3. So yeah, that is correct. So that means then that the hour hand must be past the 8. Has our hour hand gone past 8 yet? No, it hasn't. So our hour hand is in the wrong place for this time. So actually the hour hand has gone past the 7. It's not yet been 8 o'clock. So we can say that we know it is false because the hour hand has not gone past the 8th hour. Therefore, the time is 7:15. Well done if you got that right. Oh, and one more thing that even I forgot about, spot the difference then. So again, have a go, pausing the video and seeing if you can explain which clock shows 11:45. So which clock shows 11:45? Okay, hopefully you've had some time to discuss your ideas. Let's have a look then. So again, that phrase 1:45 tells you that the minute hand is a quarter of the way from the next hour. It's going to the o'clock. So we can see here that the minute hand is pointing at the o'clock. It's not a quarter to it, so that is in the wrong place. Whereas here, the minute hand is pointing straight over the 9. It is a quarter of the way to the next hour. So here, that is correct. Let's just double check that it is actually going to the 12. That means it should be a little bit before the 12. Yes, it is. So I know that this clock shows 11:45 because the minute hand is pointing over the 9 and the hour hand is pointing just before the 12. Lovely. Okay, now it really is your time to have a turn. Following the same structure as yesterday, you have got the circle sheet, which is where you need to match the clock face to the written time. All of them are 1/4 or quarter to the hour. The semicircle sheet, you've got some clock faces and you need to physically write the time down that those clocks are showing. Again, all 1/4 and quarter to. Triangle sheet. This is where it gets a little bit more tricky because you've got the time written here and you need to draw the arrows on the clock face. Once again, if you've got a clock at home, it might be that you take the batteries out of that clock and instead of drawing the hands on, you physically move the clock arrows to the time that it says here next to it and just take a picture of that. That's absolutely fine. The square sheet is a spot the difference activity like we did at the end of the flip chart. So again, 2 clocks there, clock A and clock B. Which clock shows 12:15? So you just need to have a look at the clocks and use this sentence starter. I know that clock A or B shows 12:15 because, and explain why the hands are right on that particular clock. And again, the pentagon question is a true or false. So this clock shows 2:45. I know it is true, or I know it is false because. Fantastic work, everyone. I know that time can be tricky, but I hope you're all doing a really good job with it. And I'm really excited to see the work that you send in. Only a few more days and we'll be back together in school. See you soon, everyone. Bye.